guys, Andrew and I are doing a little bit of late scouting, and by late I mean we're getting a late start. Season starts here in a couple of days, but unfortunately, we're not going to get out here to actually hunt for a couple of weeks because we're going away for a while. But well, I am anyways. But we had planned to go a bit deeper, farther south here along the North Country Trail, and in hopes of spotting some sign of a pretty large buck that I saw here. It's only an 8-point, but a big, I found a spot here that's interesting to me. Plenty of oak around here, of course. Like I said earlier, by the time I get out here, I don't know if that's even going to be a factor, but it's definitely used to get from place to place. Right now, I'm looking kind of southwest a little bit, and this is a mound that I'm on top of here, and Andrew's up here with me, and it kind of shoots down. You can see the valley right there, the between a couple of ridges right there. We're going to go up that way a little bit before I put any kind of blind or anything up here. We're going to check and make sure there's not something not something that's going to get in the way and kind of keep the deer out of here. But I think, just judging from the number of game trails that come in and out of that bottom down there that you're looking at, this will be a good spot. And what I'm thinking is, there's 3 trees right there on the other side of the ridge. On the other side of the valley, I'm going to set a blind there. One right there, and those 4 trees. Kind of late in the season to be putting up a debris blind, but that's the only thing you can do on state land. And I'm not going to leave a deer stand out here because I've heard horror stories about guys losing deer stands, tree stands. So I can't afford that. So I'm gonna go with a okay. Well, we've looked around, we've wandered around this area, and just like I thought, from up there, there's a nice bedding area straight ahead up there. It's pretty thick. There's some deadfalls up there. It's not a good travel area. I don't imagine that they travel through there as much as maybe bed down there. Right along that ridge, there's a couple areas that are good bedding spots. Now, the downside is that on the other side of that ridge is a nice flat, an oak flat with plenty of food. Although it looks like that's been eaten up quite a bit more than what's over here. So maybe what's behind me will be a secondary food source, and we can kind of count on that, bringing them right in front of our blinds here. Alright, there's blind number 1. And like I said earlier, I've never used a ground blind before. I'm just kind of hoping that's going to break up my outline a little bit. I'll be wearing camo, obviously, during the bow season. Could fill in a little bit more on the right side of that front there. In fact, I think I will. But basically, this is just, I don't know, I guess we did okay. It doesn't look real natural, but it's best I can do right now because I didn't put the time in like I should have. Next year, actually this winter and next spring and summer, I'll put the time in. There's my door to get in, and we'll do a shot from the inside. Right here's where I'm gonna be shoot from the front here. That little tree right there, I'm gonna mount a seat onto that, just a temporary seat that I can bring out here. Just use binder straps and strap it on there. That'll keep me standing upright, so I won't have to change positions if you know, we get something into view here. And then There's one side, the other, and that side. Thinking it's kind of iffy, but we're gonna give it a try. And we're gonna run across here and just up on that mound over there. We're gonna build another one. There's a pile of debris already up there on the other side of the mound. And then on this side, we're gonna go up in those trees right there and put one up. All right, this is what we came up with this second blind here. It's a little more sparse than the other one because now that I think about it, I'm gonna bring my ground blind, just a piece of cloth that goes up about 3 feet off the ground and it stakes in that I use for turkey hunting. Kind of line the inside of that. I'll mount a tree, or I'll mount a seat rather to that tree. Using binder straps, same thing I'm going to use on our other blind, and then that'll have me in the standing position while I'm still sitting down. That way I don't get too fatigued standing there the whole time. And I'll enter right there, and I'll also be able to shoot out of that spot. 25 yards out from that blind right there, which you can barely see. And then here's my second blind, which isn't quite as thick, and that's about 15 yards away. Both of those give me pretty good command. In fact, where I'm standing right here, I didn't realize it until I stepped it off, that this is a main thoroughfare right here. There's going to be traffic along right here, probably going around the bottom of that ridge, so I should put something up along over there. I think we're going to hold that off for another day because it's getting late in the day and we're going to head back home. I got to work this evening, but I'm pretty confident. I'm thinking this might work. These two blinds right here are one good spot, and I'll come back out tomorrow afternoon because I'm not going to get a chance. The season opens on Monday. I'll come back out tomorrow afternoon and put some other stuff up. Like I said, unfortunately I got a late start, but whatever. I'm going to do what I can do and get these done, and I'll put up one more for this season, for bow season. I got some private land I can hunt too, but I won't get out there until like the first week in November or so. But for now, this will work. And also, in the bottom of those, where it's kind of, you can see that blind at the top of the hill that Andrew's still working on. It's kind of thin on the bottom. Mainly I just made these to break up my outline. But I think, as much as I don't want to put, oh, my camera's getting a little shaky. As much as I don't want to put a pop-up blind out here, I have one of the camo ground blind deals. It comes up about 3 feet, and it's got the stakes that go into the ground. I use it for turkey season. And honestly, during turkey season, I had several deer walk almost right over top of me. So they can't be too afraid of that burlap covering or whatever that is. It's a decent camo, and I think if I line the inside of these blinds with that'll give me a little bit more camouflage, and then that's gonna hopefully just break up my upper outline and give me at least a chance at a shot out here during the bow season. All in all, been a pretty good day. It's almost 3 o'clock, and we got to head out of here because I got to get back to work this evening. I'm going to come back out tomorrow, and I got a couple other spots where I want to put up blinds. But this is really looks like it's pretty promising as far as you know. I know there's a bedding area up on top of that ridge right there. There's food. We're going to spin around 180 degrees. There's food down there. which will make this a good evening stand. This will be a good place to be in the evening, as they move out of their bedding area up there, hopefully down to the food. And although I didn't get a chance to explore this as much as I wanted to, because there's trails leading all over the place here, and they all seem to converge right down along this bottom here. Part of me thinks maybe I might have set up in a bedding area, but I don't think so. I think they're bedding up there. This isn't real. It's not real thick, and of course, it's not necessarily true that they bed where it's super thick. This would make a nice bedding area, sheltered from the wind and everything. But there's a better one up there on the other side of that ridge, and so I'm thinking right here is just a travel route, and that's what we're going to treat it as when we get out here. But we're going to call it a day for today. We'll head back out tomorrow and put up a couple more of these, and of course, hopefully, when we get out here in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to videotape a successful hunt for you and for us. Thanks for watching.